I know Brian. He's a wonderful poet. Many years ago, I'm just going to tell my own story about Brian. Many years ago, I was in a poetry group with Brian and was thoroughly amazed by his writing. And plus, he studied with the legendary Richard Hugo, which I'm sorry, I would have been really wonderful to have studied with Richard Hugo. So I'm envious. So Brian Nystrom.
So this is the one that is in this book, and it's this poem came from a workshop that Lori did. I don't even remember if maybe it was at the Writers' Conference, maybe it was something else. But anyway, she gave us a list of about 30 words and asked us to use 6 or 7 of them in a poem, and I tried to use all of them. I didn't quite get there, but I used most of them. And it turned into a Christmas poem, sort of. It's called A Christmas Carol. Breathe into the morning, the acrid reek of pulp mill steam, woven with clay and brick and fog into the fabric of sky. Early walk to the bar, wretched monk, wreathed in last night's smoke, coat worn thin, fingers clumsy in solstice wind, the raw light filtered down through sluggish traffic, lank wrists, marbled by the cold. Rain scissored down all night. The eve of the eve marked russet, last night's wine metallic on the tongue today. What luck to taste ash-laden air, cedar and larch charred into the inverted valley sky. No way around, only to cross the terrible leaden bridge, morning delivery trucks exhaust, the crash of silver ice in black water below, tiny spider swans hurled west to a slate ocean. Then slip through Old Town, safe, less than a reflection in a pawn shop window, shade among shadows rubbed raw. Remember, Christmas Eve and closing time will come early as December dusk. Claim your booth, choke the morning cigarette, and begin again. Draw up the lace cover of tepid draft beer, snuggle into the imaginary glow of that first shot, and count the blessings and curses of the day, your life, to wake, to drink, to walk wet streets slick with rain, to dream your childhood Christmas from the sawdust bar stool, the oyster's ruby pearl. And this one's sort of a work in progress. That's a funny thing to say. It's like making an excuse for it. But anyway, here it is. It's called Clara. Everywhere now I look for you, your ears and eyes, your teeth and nose and tongue. I fill a glass with water and see you swim through switchgrass as the sun took its own sweet time in its lazy afternoon arc. I missed you then in advance, as I miss you now, as afternoon fades into evening. November passes, and on the lake mist settles, and geese begin their evening racket. Hundreds, against all odds, rise. I look for you always in the birds that lived in your blood. Even when I forget your smell, rank, wet dog in the truck, heater on, full blast, both of us shivering and old. Your great heart held a bruised family, over miles, over years, deep brown eyes, your head cupped in my daughter's hands the day the vet came for the last time. She looks for you still. Have you forgotten the smell of your 5 strange people and the house that held them? Yellow hair everywhere, your fabric, your heart, knit them together as blood never would. In the field I look for you always, as if one breath could call up another, white for a moment in the chill air, and then gone. As if your sweet dog breath could call a family up from rising geese. How can one heart contain so much loss and be so full? Your deep brown eyes, your steady rib cage, breath slowing, your heart, one more, one more, then no more. As if these tears weren't shed for all the broken hearts. I want them held like your head in my lap as you died, all gone and everywhere.